Hi guys, Elle here. I'm joined by the adorable Miss Artemis today because she wouldn't leave me alone and let me film. But yeah, so about, I don't know, maybe like 6 months ago, I put a video up about the connection between the human energy chakra system and the runes of the Elder Fifth Arc. And in that video, I talked about my own personal correspondences for the chakras and the runes. I showed you guys my bindrune chakra stones. And I also promised you guys that I would share a video at some point of me actually using the stones, show you guys how I use them. And I did actually do that way back when, but it was like one of those classic YouTuber moments where the camera just like didn't record anything. So we waited until the time was right, and it turned into kind of a Valentine's Day present for my wife. But that's what I'm going to share with you here in a second. The whole video is just about a half hour long, and it's me performing some energy work with some Galdr, with some runic chanting. It's a very simple kind of thing. I also use a pendulum in it and do some, it's not quite Reiki, it's not quite any sort of an old Norse healing technique. What are you doing? It's very intuitive, and it's really just kind of my own invention. It's not one particular technique that comes from anywhere. And I am actually really happy to put this kind of stuff out there, you know. It's one of those things that because of YouTube, it's really cool because you can just see how other people do things, you know, whether it's a magic, some sort of a working or a spell, or, you know, whatever it is, and a healing. I've just always found these things so valuable and such a great learning tool. You know, I remember back in the day, like pre-YouTube, pre-internet days, just like longing to be able to see how other people did things. You know, not that there's necessarily a right or a wrong way, you know, I knew that, but it's just nice to see how other people do it. You know, a lot of times I would even have these thoughts, am I doing this right at all? Is that what this should look like? Is this what a galder, you know, should sound like? And you eventually, of course, figure all this stuff out for yourself, but I think it's a valuable tool to be able to see exactly how other people go about it and take your bits and pieces and do it your own way. But it can be even a little bit comforting to know that these things that we do, we're not alone in them, and that they are powerful and important to other people too. But that is my wife that you are going to see in the video. Her name is Shannon, and she was very cool to let me post this online. And I'm also lucky enough that Shannon, my wife, she works out of the house often, so she has an office. She's a massage therapist, so we have access to, you know, an awesome massage table to do this kind of work on. But it's certainly not necessary. You know, if you were planning on taking some of the things that you see in this video and doing them yourself, you know, you can do this with someone laying on a sofa. You can just do it on the floor. You know, it really doesn't matter. So again, the purpose of this treatment really is not necessarily to like activate the chakras. It's more about cleansing and clearing out stale, stagnant energy. I am a definite believer in the fact that, you know, if your energy flow is blocked in some way, you know, you're much more susceptible to illness. You can have pain in that area of blockage. Once you have a nice free flow of energy through your body, the results are wonderful. You have much more physical stamina. Your emotional and mental clarity are better. So the whole thing really is a bit more of a purification, of a balancing and a detoxification, and even a recharging of the energy body itself. So really quick, I just want to walk you guys through exactly what you're about to see me do, because I don't describe what I'm really doing throughout the video. It's just me doing it, you know? So I start off by smudging the area and ourselves to clear and cleanse with a little sage. The next thing I do is I walk her through this elevator color kind of a guided meditation, just to, you know, get in the right state of mind, physically, mentally, and emotionally, to get calm and to fully relax. Feel free to skip through it. It's sort of a very common guided meditation. We just go from red all the way up to purple and white, and it's very healing. The next thing I do is I just scan with my hands each of the chakras, moving up the body. Next, I usually go over with a pendulum. It's one of the few times I actually use my pendulum. One of the few things I use it for. But it's great for sort of finding blockages. You know, you can actually feel the pendulum get a little stuck. I'm not necessarily looking to see if it's moving clockwise or counterclockwise or anything like that. I believe that, you know, our chakras and our energy winds its way up. So, you know, sometimes it's clockwise, sometimes it's counterclockwise, and that doesn't necessarily mean anything bad. I'm more just feeling what's going on there energetically, and at the same time even starting to suck up through the pendulum, through the crystal, pulling out some of that stagnant, stale energy. When I talked to Shannon after the treatment, she said she felt this tug, especially the only time she really felt it with the pendulum anyway, was when there was this tugging, and she didn't even realize I was over her third eye at the moment. She opened her eyes real quick, and there I was above it. She just felt this weird, like being sucked out, like that Harry Potter when they like suck out your memories. That's how she described it. So yeah, you can feel it on both ends. This is the pendulum that you'll see me use in the video. We established in my altar video that it is probably a carnelian stone, which kind of works actually. You know, it's a bit more of an orange stone, so it's really associated with, you know, physical health and groundedness and energy and vitality and that sort of thing. So I like using it for this sort of work. Actually, it's also in the shape of a star tetrahedron or a Merkaba, just like the Merkaba energy field that surrounds all of our bodies. That can be used as a vehicle of travel. And the next thing that you see me do actually is I take a set of runes and I draw one rune for each of the, in this case, 8 energy centers that we are focusing on. And I do this because it's just another way of letting me know what's going on at each center. When there was a rune that was telling me that there was something going on there, it did coincide with the few energy centers that I did feel needed some extra work because they were a bit more blocked. In this case, you'll see me focus on about 3 areas on Shannon. It's her solar plexus, her throat, and her third eye. So I definitely, during the Galdr work with the stones and stuff, I focus a little bit more on those areas that I felt needed a little bit more attention. Runes can even tell you what sort of blockages are in there, if they're emotional, if they're mental, if they're manifesting physically, what's going on, you know, why it's blocked or what's blocking it. I think, for example, with Shannon, we drew a Laguz rune at her sacral chakra, and a Nauthiz rune at her solar plexus chakra. You know, and it's things like that. The Laguz was, in that case, letting me know that there was a nice flow of energy there. And the Nauthiz rune, you know, there was a blockage. It needed some attention. Now, I don't always draw runes, actually, for this part of my thing. I go back and forth. I use these crystals sometimes also. I'm gonna show you this. Here you go. They are like 7 platonic solid stones. Basically, it's the 5 platonic solids and a sphere and a star tetrahedron. And because of the coloring and the shape of the stones, each one is associated with one of the, in this case, 7 chakras. So I have absolutely used these in place of runes for this part of my treatment. Your hexahedron here is red, the cube, and is your root chakra. Your orange icosahedron is your sacral, your womb, your sex chakra, and your tetrahedron is yellow and associated with your solar plexus, also associated with fire. Your octahedron here is green and associated with the heart chakra. Now there's different methods of assignment and correspondence for these things. This is my own personal. I personally use I think it's sodalite in this case, but the blue sphere that I have to work with the throat chakra. And then my amethyst purple. Oh, drop the sphere. And then, anyway, the purple amethyst dodecahedron here with its pentagonal sides associated with ether. I use that at the third eye. And then personally, I use the star tetrahedron, the quartz clear one, for the top of the head, for your crown chakra. Some people use this at the heart, but because of the coloring of my stones, I prefer to use it at the top. But actually, I don't use these in the video you're about to see, but I did want to let you know that there's all sorts of different ways of doing this sort of thing. Okay, so next starts the fun stuff, where I use my homemade bindrune stones. I did find a wonderful use for this box that someone sent me. It houses all of my stones. You can totally check out the other video that I have linked below if you want to see all these stones up close and personal. But yeah, you'll see me take the stone. Sometimes I infuse it with my energy, sometimes by just rubbing it in my hands. Sometimes you might see me blow on it, and that's just another way to sort of activate the sigil or the stave or the bindrune, whatever you want to call it, and just connect with the energies of those runes. They're already perfectly aligned to each one of these energy centers because of these correspondences that just make perfect sense. So really what I'm doing when I place it on her and activate it is I am kind of invoking the energy of all of those runes. When I say it, I invoke it and call on the energy of those specific runes to just sort of do their thing, because they're already associated with this energy center. And at the same time, of course, I am visualizing, this stagnant energy coming up and out into the air, and then it circulates even back through the earth, up through my feet, and back into her. It's a circulation of energy, clearing out the bad and putting back in the good, purifying it, clearing it, cleaning it. At the very least, I do a bit of Galdr, which is really just kind of a chant of each rune name. That's very simple, this technique. And then sometimes if I feel like I need to focus a little bit more on that area, like I said, or it needs just a little bit more time, a little bit more focus, a bit more clearing out, or cleansing, I'll just say the rune name again, whatever specific one I think is appropriate. And sometimes you'll hear me do like the seed sounds of each rune, followed by a vowel sound, so like fe, fi, fi, fo, fu kind of thing. I think I went down on like 2 or 3 because I needed more focus. I needed to work on it a little bit more. I'm also a really big fan of like this. Just like clear out the energy, move it along up, move it out, get out of here. But I feel like it really works, it moves things, it just clears the space, and clears the energy center. Do whatever works for you, man. This is what works for me. So that's about it. The only thing that I cut off at the end is I obviously have her sit up slowly and don't just jump off the table. And we talked a little bit after about how she felt, and she said she felt very, she's very calm and relaxed, but a bit more energized. She likes the sound that the Galdr makes, the vibrations. The vibrations that you feel during that are another vehicle for carrying off into the ether, that stagnant energy. They ride on the vibrations and go back out to Mother Earth and Father Sky. And she said she could feel things sort of buzzing within her. And even several times she felt this pull or this tug, but like this outward sort of sort of motion, and even a little bit out the top of her head coming up this way. All right, guys. If you have any more questions about anything that I've talked about, or any questions about any of the things that I do in the following video, feel free. I will do my best to answer any questions you guys have. But without further ado, here it is, a Galdr chakra cleansing. Okay, take a nice deep breath in and exhale out. And again, deep breath in, you're relaxing. And exhale, let all the tension in your body release. And deep breath in. And as you exhale, relax all the muscles, especially in your face and your jaw, around your eyes. And continue to take some deep breaths and relax. Now imagine you are sitting on a very peaceful beach on a warm, sunny day. Now in front of you appear some elevator doors. The elevator doors open and you step inside, and inside the elevator is the color red. It's filled with a warm red color. It's all around you. You hit the elevator button and you start traveling up. The color red morphs into a warm orange color. You are the color orange. It's all around you. As the elevator continues to rise, the orange becomes yellow. Pure yellow. Now the yellow starts to turn into a green color. You're surrounded by the color green. The elevator continues to rise and the green starts to turn into a bluish green. A teal color surrounds you. And you breathe in this color. And you exhale this color. The teal starts to become a darker shade of blue as the elevator goes up and up. Now it's a dark, deep blue. And slowly it starts to turn into a beautiful purple indigo color. From there you rise with the elevator and the purple starts to become a pink color. And the pink gets lighter and lighter until it turns into a pure white light that surrounds you. When you take a deep breath in, breathe in the white light. It takes away all your troubles, all your anxieties. You become one with the white light. You are the white light. You become a single point of light. I'm just scanning your body for blockages and seeing how the energy is moving. I can really feel it up here. some light stones on your throat and on your forehead. Place the first stone at your root chakra. Does that feel okay then?
Mm-hmm.
Stone placing on your sixth chakra, your womb. Uruz. Nauthiz. The next one is on your solar plexus chakra. Thurisaz. Place one on your heart chakra next. I'm going to place the next stone on your throat chakra. Does that feel okay? Mm-hmm. Raidho. Ehwaz. Laguz, Raidho, Ehwaz, I'm going to place the next one on your forehead at your third eye. I'm going to place the next stone at the very top of your head. One last stone above your head. Take a nice deep breath. I'm going to press one more time on all the stones. Start down here in your root. Deep breath in and exhale. Feel that energy center cleared out, vibrant, spinning. Free flowing. One more deep breath in and out. How are you feeling? Good. I love that at first. I always have to do that, like say things really stupid first. Alright.